Good morning, student. This is FI BSc Physics semester first, paper second, Physics principles and applications. Chapter third, Physics of molecules, and article fourth, hydrogen bond. We already studied in three bond. This is the fourth bond. In hydrogen, natural bond hydrogen atom has only one electron. It should form covalent bond with only one another atom. It is observed that under certain conditions, the hydrogen atom is attracted by rather strong forces to two atoms, forming bond between them. This bond is called as hydrogen bond. The bond energy in this case is of order of 0.1 electron volt. That is the weak bond. The hydrogen bond is formed when a proton H plus ion gets between two atoms, polarizing them and attracting them by means of induced dipoles. For example, the hydrogen difluoride ion HF2 minus is stabilized by a hydrogen bond as shown in figure 1. This is the fluorine atom, this one and this one, and this is hydrogen. It would create HF2 molecule, hydrogen bond, hydrogen difluoride. A hydrogen bond is formed due to attractive dipole-dipole interaction between an electronegative atom and hydrogen atom bonded to another electronegative atom. This bond is always involve a hydrogen atom. This hydrogen bond attracts can occur between molecules, intermolecule, or within different parts of single molecule, that is called intramolecule. It is believed that the hydrogen bond is largely ionic in character and being formed due to the electromagnetic attractive interaction between polar molecules in which hydrogen is bound to highly electronegative atom such as nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine atom. A hydrogen bond tends to be stronger than van der Waals forces but weaker than covalent bond and ionic bond. This type of bond can occur in both organic molecules such as DNA and inorganic molecules such as water. The hydrogen bonding is partially responsible for the complex secondary and tertiary structure of proteins. The most and simplest example of hydrogen bonding is in water, where every water molecule is bounded to four adjacent water molecules through hydrogen bonding as shown in figure. This is the oxygen atom, red color showing oxygen atom, and it is bonded to two hydrogen atom, that is called as H2O, and this bond is known as hydrogen bond. Okay, this is the example of hydrogen bonding in water. The oxygen atom in which water molecules has two ions electrons to offer, which are promptly bonded with by hydrogen atoms in other water molecules as shown in figure 2. Already we have to see this figure, figure 2. Okay, the two hydrogen atoms attracted to every oxygen from hydrogen bonds to the oxygen molecules in adjacent water molecules. This intermolecular hydrogen bonding is responsible for the relatively high boiling point of water. Water has an extremely high boiling point relative to materials consisting of molecule of similar size. The length of hydrogen bond varies depending on bond strength, temperature and pressure. The bond strength is also dependent on a number of factors, including temperature, bond angle, pressure, and environment. In water, the typical length of hydrogen bond is 1.97 angstrom. Okay, this is the hydrogen bond. The next one is metallic bond, and this is the last bond of the chapter. Metallic bonds are formed by sharing of valence electrons of all the atoms of metal. This is the red color is the atoms, and negative is the negative. Yellow color shows the negative electrons. Okay, this is the metallic bonding. The atom in metals are held together by these bonds. In metal, the valence electrons of constituent atom are free to move but throughout the crystals. The valence electrons move randomly in different directions and are called free electrons. Except free electrons, all other electrons are tightly bound to the nuclei as shown in figure. These are the free electrons, and these electrons are tightly bound to the nucleus. Okay. The metallic bonding depends upon following types of forces. Number one, the force of attraction between positive ions and free electrons. The force of mutual repulsion of positive ion. The force of repulsion of free electrons. Important properties of metal crystals. First one is metallic bonds are weaker than ionic bonds and covalent bonds. In all bonds, only ionic and covalent bonds are strong bonds. Remaining bonds are weak bonds. Second one is metals are typical solids except mercury and gallium. Mercury and gallium are semi-solid or semi-liquid with cohesive energies between 1 to 5 electron volt. Alkali metals such as sodium, potassium, lithium, etc. falls in the lower limit. Hence, their melting and boiling points are low transitions. Metals such as tungsten, molybdenum, etc. fall in upper limit of cohesive energy, and hence they have very high melting and boiling point. That's why tungsten and molybdenum is used for high heat position or high heat points, just like bulb. In bulb, the tungsten is used for to generate the light. Third one is the metallic crystals are opaque and strongly reflecting due to presence of free electrons. Fourth one is due to large number of available free electrons, they are good conductors of electricity. Maximum electricity will be conducted in metallic bond. Since free electrons are treated as the carrier of heat, metals are good conductors of heat. And last one is metallic solids are soft, ductile and malleable. Soft, it is very soft, give any shape. Ductile and malleable. This is the metallic bond.